Hello children, welcome to this Edusat English teleteaching program. My dear children, in the last session we discussed the very interesting poem Village Song written by the famous poet, modern poet Sarojini Naidu. We discussed 20 multiple choice type of questions, probable questions which are supposed to come in your essay 2 examination. Today we are going to discuss some multiple choice type of questions in part 2 of this interesting poem Village Song, and then we will also discuss some probable questions which carry 5 marks and which are also expected to come in your essay 2 examination. So, dear children, let us go to discuss the questions of the poem Village Song by Sarojini Naidu, very interesting, which is I have already told you, this is a very soft and sweet argument between, loving argument between the mother and the daughter. The daughter does not want to get married, but mother wants to convince the child, and this is the argument. We have discussed the summary of the poem and we have also discussed the questions. Let us go to the next question, right, where we left in the last session. Question number 21, we have already discussed 20 questions. So, the daughter argues that the bridal songs and cradle songs have dash, right. So, let us see the options. Option A, the music of happiness. Option B, the laughter of the wind. Option C, the cadences of sorrow, and option D, the sweet sounds of the forest. So, now you think about the answer and match your answer with the answer. Yes, you see option C is the correct answer and the cadences of sorrow. So, you see the daughter argues that mother says bridal songs and cradle songs have a lot of pleasure, but the daughter says, no mother, the bridal songs, the marriage songs and the songs for the babies, they have also cadences of sorrow, they are full of sorrows and sufferings. So, now you see the option D is the right answer, right. Option C is the right answer. So, the cadences of sorrow, right. So, this is the right answer. The daughter argues that the bridal songs and cradle songs of the cadences of sorrow. And let us go to the next question, question number 22. The flowers described in the poem are dash. So, in the poem there are some flowers described by the poet Sarojini Naidu, and you know, let us see the options. Option A, the rose and lily. Option B, the lotus and lilies. Option C, the rose and lotus. Option D, the rose and jasmine. Let us see. Now, you expect, you think about your own answer and let us see the answer. Yes, answers you see lotus and lilies, right. And where do you see? You see lotus and lilies in the river islands of the rivers, right, which are visited frequently by the quails. So, you see, right, you look at the flowers which are described in the poem. So, lotus and lilies, they are the flowers described in the poem. The daughter argues that the forests, beautiful sights in the forest are very, very attractive, and this is one of the sights. So, let us go to the next question, question number 23. Mother says that bridal cakes are on the dais. Bridal cakes means the cakes which we use at the time of marriage ceremony, right. So, let us see the options. Option A, they are on the oven, you know ovens, they are on the dining table, the cakes are on the hearth, Then option D, the cakes are on the stove. So which is described out of these 4 things, which is the right answer? Let us see. The right answer is hearth, right? So you know, and you can also see it in the image. You see the bridal cake is on the hearth, right? Ma कहउछन अरे चुली रे पिठा बसिछि तू जीवु कुआडे, where are you going? The bridal cake, the cake which will be used in your marriage ceremony is on the hearth, right? Let's go to the next question. The question is the river isles. Islands are isles. You should not pronounce like isles. You don't say isles, right? S is silent. So the river isles are haunted by the dash. Haunted means visited, frequently visited. Many times they visit. So who visit the river isles many times, frequently? Let us see the options. Option A, nightingales. Option B, quails. Option C, parrots. Option D, skylarks. So which one is described in the poem? And the daughter says, this is also one of the beautiful, very fantastic sights of nature, right? So let us go to the answer. Yes, quails, quails, haunted by the quails. So the river isles in the forest, there are some rivers inside the forest, the rivers flow through the forests, and there are some isles, islands, river, they are structured, they are framed or they are formed by the rivers, right? And these places are visited by the quails as described in the poem Village Song by the modern poet Sarojini Naidu, right? So you see the quails, very good. Look at the quails, they are sitting, and you just see how nice, how beautiful the sight is. So daughter says, these are the beautiful sights. I cannot stay at home. I would like to go into the forest to enjoy the beautiful sights of the forest, right? So let us go to question number 25. So the champa words are blowing on the dash, right? They are blowing. The river is as this wind is blowing, the river is flowing, the words are blowing. The poet says, right? They are hanging, and where? Yes, you see, tall trees, B, champa boughs, C, boughs, D, trees, right? So let us see which is the right answer. You see the champa boughs. Boughs means branches. This is poetic use, right? So bough means branch. Boughs plural form branches. So branches of the champa trees. The correct answer, the most appropriate, you see, champa is also a tree. There is a that is also one of the, but boughs is again branches. But it is clearly described in the poem that the champa of words are blowing on the champa boughs, right? Yes. Look at the flowers, champa flowers, they look very nice. They are blowing on the branches of the champa trees, right? So let us go to the next question, question 26. The sound of the dash is sweeter than any other sound for the girl. There are various sounds, many sounds described in the poem, but the poet says one of the sounds is very, very sweeter, that means sweetest of all for the girl. Let us go to the options. Option A, forest notes. Option B, bridal music. Option C, cradle songs. Option D, bridal songs. So forest notes, forest sound, the sound of the forest, right? Bridal music, the music which is played in the marriage ceremony. Cradle songs, the songs which are used for the babies when the babies are inside the cradles. Bridal songs, the songs which are used in the marriage ceremony. Let us see the right answer. Yes, forest notes. You see, the daughter argues that the forest notes, the music of the forest, the sound which is there inside the forest is the sweetest sound for her. So she does not want to listen to the bridal music, the marriage music, the cradle songs, the songs for the cradles and also the songs for the marriage ceremony, right. So, you see the forest, sometimes the wind blows through the trees that creates sound, shoo shoo shabda ek sume. Some birds they twitter inside the branches of the trees, and the daughter says, the poet says, the daughter argues that forest notes, the music of the forest is the sweetest sound for the girl, right. Very good. Let us go to the next question, question number 27. The mother's sweet and affectionate request to her daughter was dash, right. So, you just see option to grieve her lover, option B not to leave the house, option C to go to the forest, option D to come back home soon. So, there are 4 options as you are supposed to face in your examination, and you have to select the most appropriate one, right. You may feel that all the answers are right, but sometimes there is one option which is the right answer, most appropriate answer. Let us see. Yes, the right answer is not to leave the house. So, mother says, mother requests, appeals lovingly, right, affectionately, oh my dear, my honey child, do not leave the house, right. Let us, yes, see, you see they are laughing, but they are arguing, there is an argument, they are quarreling, their quarrel is a loving quarrel. କଳି ଲାଗୁଛନ୍ତି କିନ୍ତୁ ମଜାରେ ସେମାନେ କଳି ଲାଗୁଛନ୍ତି ମା ଝିଅ, ରାଇଟ୍. ତାଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁ ଯୁକ୍ତି ତର୍କ ଚାଲିଛି, you can find in the picture, you can see the picture with smiling faces, they are arguing each other, right. Okay, let us go to the next question, question number 28. The laughter of the sun today, the wind of the death tomorrow. Here the underlined expression means what, right. The daughter says, mother says, there is happiness, there is pleasure in your real life, in your marriage life, right. But daughter says, no, the laughter of the sun today, which is very much happy today, which you feel happy today, that will be painful tomorrow. So, what is the meaning of this expression, the laughter of the sun today? Let us go to the options. Option A, the pleasure of living, option B, the anger of the sun, option D, option C, the sorrows of the life, option D, the attractive natural sights, right. This is the expression you see. So, the pleasure of living, the anger of the sun. So, the laughter of the sun today means, yes, let us go to the answer, the pleasure of living, right. So, the pleasure, the happiness of living today will be painful tomorrow, right. So, you see this is, that means this is the happiness of the married life. When someone gets married, right, they live like this, but daughter says, oh, this is happy life, but time will come tomorrow, means in future we have a lot of, we will have a lot of pain, we will have a lot of sufferings, right. So, let us go to the next question, question number 29. The bridal robes for the girl are in the dash. We have already discussed the bridal cakes are on the, yes, hearth, and bridal robes, robes mean dresses, the sarees, right. Let us go to the options. See the options. In the shop, in the loom, in the box, in the mill, right. So, which is the appropriate answer? Almost all the things I can say, oh, sometimes marriage dresses are, marriage sarees are in the shop, available in the shop, these are also put in the box, sometimes they are in the mill, but what is described? Let us go to the option, right option B, loom, right. Let us go to see the picture, beautiful, yes, you see, beautiful saree, marriage saree, and the mother says, oh my dear, my honey child, do not leave the place, your bridal robes are in the loom, how can you leave the place? Everything, that means we have arranged everything for you. So, she wants to convince the daughter. Let us go to the next question, question 30. Coil hunted river isles where lotus lilies glisten. Here the underlined word means dash. Coil haunted, I have already, yes, look at the options. Frequently visited by the coils, visited by the coils at times, then less visited by the coils, never visited by the coils, and we have already discussed, and the right answer is frequently visited by the coils means many times, several times the coils they visit this place. So, question number 31, the bridal songs and the cradle songs have cadences of sorrow. Here the underlined word means, now you see the options, option A the sorrowful voice, option B the rhythmic flow of sound, option C the change of voice, option D the sound of the musical instruments. So, the bridal songs and cradle songs, the daughter says they have a cadences of sorrow. Let us see the meaning, the right meaning. Yes, you see the rhythmic flow of sound, right. So, this is the right answer, right. So, my dear children, you are supposed to get 1 or 2 questions in your multiple choice type of questions for finding out, for getting the meaning of the expressions or difficult words. And here you are supposed to get the meaning of this cadences, the word cadences, right. And from the sentence you can find a word in bold letters or underlined word, and you have to find out the meaning, right. So, here the right answer is the rhythmic flow of sound, right. So, let us go to the next question. Question 32. The bridal robes as described in village song are dash. So, the bridal sarees or the dress, how the poet describes in the poem. Let us see the options. Option A yellow and blue, option B green and white, option C silver and saffron, option D silver and red. So, now you see the right answer. The robes are really they are silver and saffron. This is the right answer, and you can also see the picture, the image, you see the silver and saffron color, right. Very good. Let us go to the next question, right. Question 33. Honey child, whither are you going? Here the underlined word means, you see underlined word whither. So, this is a old word used by the poet. So, let us find the meaning. You might have known it. So, the meaning is when, B where, C what, D which. So, which of these 4 words is the right meaning of the word whither? Now, you see the right word, yes. The correct answer is, that is where. So, honey child, whither means where are you going? So, what is the meaning of whither? Where, right. Now, you remember this meaning, and let us go to the next question, question 34. The expression the wind of death tomorrow in the poem means, I have already told you, you are supposed to get 1 or 2 questions like this in your essay 2 examination. So, expressions or there are some difficult words, you are to find out the meaning. Let us see the options. Option A the fear of death, option B the cause of death, option C the prediction about death, option D the sorrows and sufferings. Now, you see the most appropriate answer, the sorrows and sufferings, right. So, this is the option D is the right answer. So, my dear children, right, you saw the option D is the right answer. That means, see the wind of death tomorrow, The laughter of some son today, the wind of death tomorrow, means when there is pleasure, we are happy now, we are living very happily, but in future also there is chance, there is possibility of sorrows and sufferings, right. So, you see the next question, question number 35, which of the following are described as silver and saffron? We have already discussed. This is a question which again which is repeated in another way, right. Let us see the options: bridal cakes, bridal jewels, bridal flowers, bridal robes. And you know the answer, just you match the answer with your answer. The right answer is, yes, you see the bridal robes, right. So, now you look at the bridal robes, this is the right answer. The bridal robes are silver and saffron, right. So, let us go to the next question, right. Question number 36, cradle songs are the songs of dash. So, the poet says the cradle songs are full of pleasure, bridal songs are full of pleasure. So, bridal songs related to marriage and cradle songs are related to what? Let us see the options: birth, B, marriage, C, old age, D, childhood age. And the correct answer is, so the songs which are used for the childhood days means for the babies, right. And these are the actually these songs are very full of pleasure, and the childhood days we use the cradle songs, right. This is the correct answer. So, cradle songs are used during the childhood days and especially for babies. So, maa mane, grandparents, they sing this type of songs. They put the child in the cradle, doli re rakhiki jhuleki moja gita gaanti, pilanku doli re swanti, and these are cradle songs, right. So, let us go to the next question, who is known as the Nightingale of India? Now, we completed the poem. The poet Sarojini Naidu has written this poem, and one question also may come in your examination, who is known as the Nightingale of India. Let us see the options. Option A, Sarojini Naidu. Option B, Kamala Nehru. Option C, Ani Besant. Option D, Rama Devi, right. You know all these people, you have also read these people's names, the names of these people in your history books, right. Let us see the correct answer. Sarojini Naidu, the poet, the writer of this poem, is known as the Nightingale of India. Bodhiyama, she sings beautifully and her voice is so sweet that Sarojini Naidu is known as the Nightingale of India. Nightingale जेमती गीत गाए सुंदर लगे शुणा मधुर लगे से भाई Sarojini Naidu गाउले तेणु Nightingale of भारतर कोकिल बोली कहुला, right. Okay, you now see the picture. Yes, she sang like Lata Mangeshkar, Nightingale of India, Sarojini Naidu. Okay, very good. And I think you have understood the multiple choice type of questions. I have already told you, you can also get some questions for which you are to write for 5 marks in 50 words. पिला माने तमे सब 5 मार्किया प्रश्न पाइबो जो थरे कि 50 टी शब्द रे तुमको लिखिया पड़िबो एवं से सब उत्तर गुडी को जदी सुंदर भाबर लिखि परिबो, you can also score 100% marks, right. So, let us discuss some of the questions. Questions carrying 5 marks, and I am going to give you some sample questions. You see, questions for 5 marks, right. So, I have given some sample answers. You will see how we can write so that we can score 5 out of 5, right. So, you look at the question, who are the speakers? You see, in village song and what do they talk about, right. So, who are the speakers? I have already told you, mother, a mother and her daughter, right. So, what do they, you see, a mother and her daughter whose marriage has been settled, they are the speakers, means a mother and a daughter whose marriage has already been settled, has already been fixed, right, and daughter not willing to marry. This is the context. The daughter is not willing to marry. Mother persuades her, saying about happiness and pleasure. Daughter denies, arguing that married life is full of unhappiness and pains, sufferings, and he want to stay. He does not want to stay. He want to stay unmarried and enjoy the beautiful sides of nature. This is the answer, right. So, let us go to the next question. This is also one of the important questions, and my dear students, you look at these 3 or 4 questions, definitely, certainly I think we will get one out of this, right. So, where does the daughter want to go and why? We have already discussed. The answer is to the wild forest. The daughter wants to go to the wild forest, right, and she does not want to marry. She wants to stay in the village, right. So, these are some important points you have to write in your answer. To enjoy the natural beauties, right, and the beautiful champa buds blows in the champa boughs and all these things, right. So, attractive river isles which are frequently visited by quails and rivers and lakes full of lotus and lilies. These are some of the sites, they are very enjoyable. And lastly says, right, very interesting thing, the enjoyable music of nature. It says the sounds of the forest is very enjoyable, very attractive, sweet sound. So, daughter wants to go into the forest, not to stay at home for marriage, right. So, this will be your answer, and these are some important points you have to mention in your answer. Let us go to the next question. Next question, honey child, the world is full of pleasure. How does the mother try to convince her daughter, right. So, the mother says, my sweet daughter, the life is full of pleasure, happiness, right, loving office not to go outside, not to throw the jewels, not to leave and not to grieve the lover, the bridal song, the girdle song, the sandals and leisure, they are very much, they are full of pleasure, and the silver and saffron robes, dresses, they are also very attractive for the marriage ceremony, and the bridal cakes, and they are also very sweet, enjoyable. So, mother says you should not go into the forest. So, my dear children, we discussed multiple choice type of questions, questions which carry 5 marks, some sample answers, and I think you can prepare yourself for your essay 2 examination, so that you can obtain good marks in your examination, right. Thank you very much.